Hello, this is John Blanchard, and we're here at the Salina Fieldhouse to talk to Jessica Martin and some of the vendors here, the charity organizations that are participating in Match Madness, and we're doing this for Salina Media Connection. Jessica, tell us a little bit about this. How many years you've been doing this, and generally what's going on here?
Sure. Match Madness is sponsored by the Greater Salina Community Foundation. We're in our 8th year. It's really a one-day giving so that people can give to the permanent funds of our charities. And then we match it with a cash grant, and we match it up to 50%. But it's that one day of the year that charities can have that conversation about long-term support. The rest of the year, they're busy fundraising just for basic operations. So this is something that we want to do to get back to them.
Great. So this is the 8th year. Can you tell us how you've grown over the years?
It has grown tremendously. Our community really supports it, really rallies around it. We started 8 years ago with a match of $25,000 and 40-something odd charities. Now we're up to 72 charities participating, $150,000 in the match pool, and that's all come from individual private donors in the community that just want to give back.
Wow, roughly what is the dollar amount that roughly you're able to help these folks raise in a cumulative number? Any idea on that?
Well, since we've started, I think with this year we'll break the $2 million impact grant. So in 8 years, $2 million with our match plus the private donations, it's all going back to local charities.
Great. And then this will be edited later, but we'll be sure to put a way that folks can get a hold of you on a normal day business. You don't do this every day, but can you tell people maybe just how they can get a hold of you if they want to maybe set up an endowment or some other type, so they can become one of these groups?
Right.
Maybe
we have a lot of people calling. How can we participate and get a fund at the foundation? You can call me at 823-1800 or stop by our office. We're on the 8th floor of the United Building, so we're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
And this event will be. How many hours is this today?
We will be here 7 to 7 if you want to make your donation or check out the nonprofit booths. If you prefer to do it from home, you can donate online until midnight. And that is at matchmadnessgscf.org.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for what you do to help raise money for a very worthy cause.
Thank you.
Here with Carol Byer. And Carol, can you tell me who you're with and a little bit about your organization?
I'm with a group that has a fund at the foundation called Women Helping Women. And the purpose of our organization is for women who live on the edge financially, and if they have an emergency that could tip them into homelessness, if they don't have, because they often don't have the money to cover those expenses, like a bad tire that keeps them from being able to go to work, or a bad tooth, or some other unexpected expense. Recently in the newspaper it told about how many people in the United States would not be able to cover a $400 unexpected expense.
Right.
And so that's the kind of people that this organization helps. And
Right. And so how do folks get a hold of you if they have need? Are they referred to you, or do they contact you directly?
they can apply through, and they don't have to be a regular client of Ashby House, CMAC, CAPS, and the Catholic Charities.
So you work with other organizations to kind of...
Right.
Okay. Well, great. So how is this one of your major fundraising events?
Well, we usually have a couple every year.
Okay.
We're looking forward to having a big one this fall. We think that Sharon Randall, one of the ladies that writes an article in the newspaper, we hope, we're planning for her to come this fall.
Oh, okay.
That would be a major one too.
That's very good. So here's the key, the big question. Will you be making the free throws? Are you the shooter for your organization? Who is shooting your free throws?
One of Ken Stonebreaker's sons. So we ought to get some good.
So you got a ringer.
I think we do.
Okay, good. Well, Greg, good luck with your fundraising here, and nice chatting with you. Thanks. Hello once again. We're here with Tom Martin, the Executive Director of the Salina Regional Health Foundation, and who is great to have this event here at the Fieldhouse. A lot of downtown work. This regional foundation has been quite instrumental in a lot of work, especially with the hospital across the street.
Well, thank you very much. You're right, our organization supports our community hospital, but we also do a number of different things in the community, like the Rebecca A. Morrison House, or the Graves Blood Platelet Center, what we call the Salina Health Education Center. It's home to KU School of Medicine.
And it's great. So how have you been part of this event from the beginning, or?
We have been, and I think it's just a fabulous event. I mean, it's a community rallying event, brings all the not-for-profits together, gives an opportunity, or people an opportunity to give in one location, and so I think our organization does a lot of good, but there's any number of them here that do great work.
Yeah, and one thing we hear is that there are a lot of organizations here that partner together on a lot of things.
It gives us a chance to visit with each other and learn some things, and so it's good all the way around. Yeah.
Right. So now you mentioned earlier a number of the different organizations, and I'll pull one of them out, the Rebecca Morrison House. And so if someone wanted to give directly to that, they couldn't give directly to that. They'd have to give through you right here.
The Morrison House is owned by the Health Foundation.
Right.
We own and operate it, and so you give to the foundation and designate it for the Morrison House, and we can see that it goes for that.
Okay, great. And if someone wants to get a hold of you somehow, how can they? The best way to
Well, they can reach me by phone 452-6088, or stop by the hospital, by the foundation office on the main floor.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and good luck.
You bet. Thank you.
Well, hey, I'm taking a break now, sitting down, talking to Megan here with Salina Community Theater.
That's right.
Wow, how many years have you guys been doing this?
You know what? I'm not sure. I know quite a few years though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I love your background.
Thank you.
It's very professional.
Thank you very much.
And you're the only one so far with the warm-up. That's probably because you were shooting baskets.
I was shooting baskets.
How'd that go?
It went well. I made 9 baskets, so
Wow.
I thought that was pretty good.
You're a ringer.
Oh, I guess so. I don't
Yeah. Oh, well, so tell us a little bit about some of the different programs that if people donate to Salina Community, that their funds will be going to help
Sure,
promote.
absolutely. Well, I'm an education director, so that is kind of what I know the most about. But we offer year-round classes for students. We have about 180 students right now. And we never turn anyone away for the inability to pay, so we have lots of scholarships available.
So does this really help out a lot in that regard?
Yes, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, so because we want everyone to be able to participate and take classes. But yeah, so I think our education program is extremely important and great.
Well, great. Now, how would if someone has a child that they want to get involved through this? How's the best way for them to go about getting a hold of you guys and setting that up?
Yeah, the best way, you can contact me directly. Our number is 785-827-6126. That's our business office. You can email me at megan@salinatheater.com. So that's a really easy way. Or you can just go to our website, and there's a little tab that talks about education, and so you can do it that way. But calling is probably the best. Or just stop by. I'm always there.
It's over on Iron. I don't know. Do you know the address?
Yes, 303 East Iron.
303 East Iron. And just a shameless plug for what's the next show coming up at the theater.
The next show is Sunday in the Park with George, and it is our partnership with Kansas Wesleyan, and so there's a lot of Kansas Wesleyan students, and I believe it opens April 5th.
Okay.
And 5th through the 20th.
Okay.
So you should come on down and see that.
That's great. Everybody help support the community theater. It's a great community asset.
Yes.
And just like Salina Media Connection. And thank you, Megan. And great job on the free throws.
Thank you.
I could hit the one you missed.
Okay.
I could hit one
Maybe
out of 10.
we can do it together now.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here with a couple of folks from the Salina Area United Way. Tanya Penn is the Director of Resource Development. And Stephanie Cole, who works for the Bank of Tesca, is on the Board of Directors of the Salina Area United Way. Thank you both for talking with us, but also thank you for what you're doing here today. And we just want to talk a little bit about what folks can expect when they come to give money to the United Way, where their money will be spent.
Oh, sure. Yes. Well, we do both internal and external type programs. So some of the internal programs that we sponsor and or pay for are the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Okay.
Where kiddos can get, that's exciting. So where the
someone
kids
made
can
one.
where the kids can get a book up until they're age 5 in the mail once per month. We also have a reading program in the summers where you come and just sit with kids and read to them over their lunch break. We're getting ready to host the Future Now Finance, which is for all freshmen, and it's an interactive game of life, basically.
Okay.
So they learn about financial literacy.
And you've been doing that for a number of years now, haven't
It's
you?
5 years now.
Okay.
So we have
Wow.
actually had our first, last year was the first year our first freshman class made it through and went back in as seniors and got to watch the process.
Oh,
So
that's
it's very
kinda neat.
exciting.
Yeah.
And then externally, we have multiple programs that we support throughout the community, collaborations, things with Ashby House, with Big Brothers, Big Sisters,
Packing meals.
packing meals,
yeah.
or hygiene kits, which we did
Watch
last
hygiene
year.
kits.
So we are all over. It's very hard to find an organization that the United Way does not somehow partner with.
Right. And so where are you located physically, and what is your website and phone number if people want to get a hold of you?
Sure. We are actually located at 210 East Walnut, number 100, an old historic creamery building on Walnut Street. And you can call our offices anytime, 785-827-1312. Or you can feel free to email me, and it's Tanya, Tanya, at UnitedWaySalina.org.
And Stephanie, how long have you been on the board?
I'm actually in my second year of my second term, so this would be 5 years that I've been serving on the board. I served on the United Way Committee prior to that, so been involved with it for quite some time.
And for folks that are out there that always want to be involved in something, what have you gained out of being a member of this board and other boards? And what kind of advice would you give to folks that might want to explore being on a board?
Well, I think definitely just the key is to be getting involved. I think it's a very rewarding experience. United Way, as Tanya said, touches a lot of lives in Salina, and it's been a really great educational experience to learn more about how our United Dollars work and the impact they make on the community. One of the things I don't think you mentioned was the volunteer hub, and that's a great way for people to get involved in organizations. We run basically a clearinghouse, isn't that how you would say it? Where you can sign up for different volunteer needs that are in the community, and so I would encourage people, if they don't want to maybe be on a board, certainly sign up to be a volunteer, maybe get introduced to an organization. It's a great way to find just an area of interest that you might have and really give back to the communities that we live in. I think that's so critical.
Yeah, those are great ideas and suggestions. I appreciate that. Appreciate all that that you folks do in the community, and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're here with Abner Purney and Joe Marino. And Abner is representing, I think you're on the board now of North Salina Community
Only a
Development.
couple of months, although I've kind of observed and worked with some of the programs over the last 14 or 15 years.
And Joe, what is your position at the MLK Child Development Center?
Treasurer of the Board of Directors.
Okay, super. Got two board directors here. Well, excellent. Well, Abner, I know that North Salina has been part of this event for a few years now. What can you tell us about when folks give to North Salina, what they're giving to?
Well, they're giving to overall neighborhood enhancement program, and most recently they've been successful in getting grants to do actual physical improvements to properties along 9th Street. Got the old dead trees, overly mature trees cleaned up. Got we have new sidewalks pretty well completed. The crosswalks are being worked on as we speak, changing crosswalks to brick crosswalks so that you don't have to repaint them to see the lines.
Nice.
You can tell the difference between asphalt and brick, and that's the crosswalk.
Okay.
Those are going north and south. There are the project to improve the basic appearance coming down 9th Street is called the Porch Project. It's a grant and assistance program to have front porches rebuilt and front facades of homes so that it's a cleaner, better appearance both for the property owner and resident, which are frequently not the same people. The properties are, lots of them are rental properties, but better for the residents and better for the general public passing by. And those are ongoing. We're still wrestling with how to do 9th Street. So it's in a temporary mode of 2 lanes where it used to be 4 lanes, and trying to get the traffic slowed down a bit. So we have some more ideas, and there'll be more discussion tonight at the monthly board meeting.
Very good. Well, there's a lot of action taking place in North Salina on North 9th Street. Let's move over a couple blocks and kind of, Joe, tell us a little bit of what's going on there on Santa Fe and Otis at the Martin Luther King Jr. Child Development Center.
Yes, well, we've been doing a lot of work trying to improve the center. It's been, about 20 years in that building, so we've been actually working on trying to use some of the funds that we've received from some of our donors to improve both the look of the building and kind of keep up on some of the maintenance that we've been working on. So like new appliances, new fences, just some of the wear and tear. But we're also trying to update just the structure of the facility as well. I mean, we do care a lot about the children that we're working with and taking care of the low-income families, but we're trying to take a more holistic approach too, by trying to modernize some of our benefit programs and trying to take care of our teachers better too. It's not just about taking care of the students or the children that are in our care, because if you don't actually solve the root cause of the problem, you don't actually take care of the parents, then that system's just going to keep propagating itself. So we're trying to do what we can to kind of help the parents, help the teachers that are working with that, get them out of building a bit more, and kind of get them to actually provide better lives for the children and kind of create a cycle of positivity as it goes through.
Right, and so for folks that are interested in being a client or whatever you might refer to them as, how would folks go about getting in touch with you about your programs, enrollment or whatever it is that you do? And then also, when folks give to this, give to your organization, what are their dollars going to help support?
Okay, so primarily a lot of it is going towards direct care of the students, and a lot of it is staff. We try to keep our tuition rates as low as possible. We've had to raise them occasionally just to kind of keep up with the cost of inflation, cost of living with the city, but we try to really make it a point to stay the lowest in town as possible, because like I said, we're all about trying to take care of those families and the parents that are involved as well. So we don't want to have unnecessary costs. If you're interested in trying to get students into the facility, I would just call the center directly and speak with our director, Karen Henderson. We might have a waiting list right now, but as school kind of comes out, we go into the next school year, we're going to have some of those students kind of matriculating to the next level. So we should have some openings then.
Okay, yeah, and I know there's a big effort underway to help provide more space for child care. Abner, I want to just ask you real quick, how's progress going on getting banners selected?
Well, banners, since if you want to step up and take some photos of them, these are the sample banners that were discussed at our last monthly board meeting. So Northtown with the word Salina in it, Welcome Home, is probably going to be the final selection for one side of it, and then the vertical Northtown Welcome Home will be on the other side of the banners. We have potentially 60 banner locations on existing power and light equipment, Westar lighting equipment, and so those will start appearing later this same year. And again, it's a neighborhood effort to try to build a better neighborhood identity, and as we say, welcome home to Salina.
Right, and we'll wrap up here. Just we hear an awful lot about economic development in the community, and many folks will tell you that early childhood development is one of the strongest things you can do for your long-term economic development of your community. So thank you for what you do. Thank you very much. And Abner, keep up the great work in North Salina. North Salina, keep going strong. Okay, here with really one of my favorite organizations in this community, the Land Institute. And I'm horrible with names. Tell me your names again.
Will Schneider.
Anita Chase.
Will and Anita. All right, well, thank you guys for speaking with us. How long have each of you been with the Land Institute?
So I joined in October of 2017, so a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
And I joined in December of 2017, so both shorter term.
Okay, so this is each of your first Match Madness at...
Well, actually second.
Second,
The
yeah.
second?
So we're
Okay,
here
yeah, it's 2019,
last
isn't
spring,
it?
yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it went by quickly.
So tell us, when folks come in, have you been getting a lot of business?
Yeah, it's a lot of passerbys.
All right,
And
super.
wanna learn
Does
more.
everybody know what you do? I mean, or do you get a lot of people coming? What exactly do you do?
I think a lot of people have more of a broader understanding of they've seen the Roots banner or been to a prairie festival and kind of understand that we're somewhere in the world of sustainable agriculture, but don't necessarily know the perennial grain breeding research or any kind of the more detailed backstory. But then there are people who come and have been to every prairie festival for the last 20 years and are really kind of in the know on all the different programs and the recent updates. So.
Yeah, that is a fun event.
Yeah.
So tell me, when folks come in and say, I want to donate here at Match Madness, what does their money go to help support?
It goes to a lot of different programs. I mean, we have multiple different perennial grain programs we're working on. We have Kernza, which is the best known one right now.
They make beer with.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
And bread and all kinds of different things.
But beer.
Beer's good. Actually, Blue Sky here in town, they're crankcase beer.
Okay. Oh, crankcase. Okay, there's a plug for Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Crankcase beer made with Kernza. Okay, now doesn't Patagonia use Kernza for something as well?
Yep, so Patagonia Provisions is their food and beverage company, and they have 2 beers that's only available on the West Coast, unfortunately. But Long Root Ale and Long Root Wit are both featuring Kernza perennial grain.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get away from beer because you guys do more than beer. But how long has the Land Institute been in Salina?
1976.
It started by Wes Jackson.
Wes Jackson, yes. So quite a while, and I think gone through a lot of transitions, coming to the focus of what it is now.
Okay. Now, a while back, and maybe a year and a half ago or so, maybe a couple years ago, there was a partnership with a university in China.
Yes.
How's that going? Is it still underway?
Yeah, so we partnered with Yunnan University to focus on our perennial rice breeding program. So we fiscally sponsor this program, this Dr. Feng Yi Hu, to work on our perennial rice program that we kind of took off the shelf back in the early 2000s. And as far as kind of the breeding pipeline goes, that perennial rice is actually the farthest along in terms of kind of consistency and matching yields similar to its annual equivalent. So it's really exciting.
Oh, that is
and
exciting.
Our science staff goes there every year to kind of advise and
right now.
check in.
Would I be blowing the Land Institute horn too loudly if I said that the Land Institute is probably the most globally recognizable entity from Salina?
I don't think so, because we're on 6 continents and in many countries working with different researchers, and we get involved with countries around the world doing conferences on perennial agriculture, because a lot of other places are starting to really take an interest in it and kind of experiment with how it could lead to more sustainable agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay, now if somebody said, boy, I always wanted to go out and see what the Land Institute is, do you guys provide guided tours?
Why, yes, we do.
We do, yeah.
If someone wants to get a guided tour of the Land Institute, how would they go about doing that?
Go to the website, there's a form to fill
Okay.
out, and that way we can make sure, I mean, sometimes people show up, but it's better if you fill out the form, because that way we can make sure we have a scientist available, because they are scientist-led tours, and we have them every Friday at 10:30, as long as we know people are coming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So now is Wes going to come shoot free throws for you guys?
We
I know he was more of a football player, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it was more. The background's more football. So
Yeah.
we put the call in, and I think he was letting the younger guns.
I think Wes can shoot.
handle it.
I bet he could.
too. I think he was selling himself
Yeah,
short.
what do you think?
Yeah, I think he can shoot some hoops.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, learn more about the Land Institute, and if you get an opportunity, whether it's today or in the future, consider giving to a very worthy organization. We're here visiting with Central Kansas Foundation. Got to look at the name again. Teresa, and I know Daniel Craig. Everyone knows Daniel. Anyway, we're talking a little bit about Match Madness, and why don't you folks tell us a little bit about when folks give to Match Madness and to the foundation, where their dollars are being spent.
Yeah, it's a great event that really benefits a lot of the organizations in the community. The other nice thing about this event too is people can walk around to different organizations, really learn about the programs, really learn about the services that each of those organizations offer.
Daniel, you and I were talking off camera a second ago about vaping and some of the new studies that are coming out talking about some of the potential harmful effects of vaping. How can people get more and accurate information about things like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of really great resources. The Surgeon General's report on electronic cigarettes in youth and young adults is a great resource. They've got everything from parents, fact sheets in terms of how to talk to your kids. They've got things for healthcare providers, whether they're talking to adults or talking to youth. Truth Initiative is another great resource. They've actually developed a new program for youth that are wanting to quit using e-cigarettes. So it's a great resource they can access as well.
Great. And any other new things that are sort of on the horizons that people should kind of keep their eye open? I know we do radon and some of those other things are always kind of around and so on, but are there any other things that people may not be aware of that...
One exciting thing for CTF, of course, we're moving to our new facilities. To expand a lot of the services that we provide. And the other thing I think people aren't always aware about is we have a lot of educational programs. So we've got a Get Real About Tobacco program for youth. We've got a youth education safety program. We've got the ADIS class, SWIP classes, so a wide range of educational programs also.
Okay, great. And the new location is where?
It's 617 East Elm.
Okay.
Which people might remember the former ComCare building.
Okay, and then do you have a web page that people can go get more information about the organization?
Yeah.
CKFaddictionTreatment.org.
CKFaddictionTreatment.org. Super. Okay, now, who's going to be shooting free throws?
We've already had that.
Have you? Who shot the free throws?
Landon, I think his name is.
Landon.
Got 8 out of 10.
Okay. Now, I would be willing to make a bet here that if they had a contest to see who could run around the building the most times, Daniel would win.
Maybe you should propose that for next year.
Maybe we can. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, hi, back with Salina Media Connections, and happy to be here with Rodney Denham, who is the coordinator for Circles of the Heartland.
Yes. Thank
So,
you.
Rodney, how long has Circles been active in Salina?
We've been here about 6 years.
Okay.
And so we are working with families, individuals, trying to find ways to help them move out of poverty. So it's a skill building, goal setting, and getting volunteers from the community to come in and work with each individual on achieving those goals.
Okay, great. How many people typically do you have in a class?
Our goal is 7 to 12 families or individuals in a class.
Okay.
That way it's not too big where people get lost.
Okay.
And everyone shares. And matter of fact, we're starting a new class April 25th.
April 25th, a new class. And when does the organization get together and do their dinners and meet and do all that stuff? What are the dates involved in the program?
We do every Thursday. We meet at First Presbyterian Church.
Every Thursday. First Presbyterian.
Yes.
On 9th or 8th?
308 South 8th Street.
308 South 8th. Okay.
And so we provide a meal. We provide childcare. So there's no barrier keeping someone from participating if they would like to.
Okay.
And then from 6:30 to 8, we do programming.
6:30 to 8 is when the program is. When does the meal start?
5:30.
5:30. Let me ask you something. You said you start a new class on April 25th. What if someone just said, I wonder if Circles is the right thing for me, or I wonder if I'm the right thing for Circles, and I want to be an ally or do whatever. Can they come to your meeting and just sort of sit in and observe, or is it a closed meeting?
They can come for the meal.
Okay.
But when it gets to some of the programming,
right,
then they could either meet with me or Ken or another staff member.
Okay.
And try to help get their
But if they
questions
came to the meal, it might be a good sort of icebreaker to see if they might want to be involved with it.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, how many years have you been in part of Match Madness?
Oh my goodness, this is probably our 5th year.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you shoot free throws?
I've never shot. No.
You
We've
didn't?
always had someone else come in.
Okay,
and do
yeah,
that.
you know, most people get a ringer.
Yes.
Yeah. Except Salina Community Theater. 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, all right, well, thanks for visiting with us.
Well, hey,
and
thanks for stopping by.
wish you continued success.
Right.
And thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.